Welcome back to Meaningful Conversations with Beata. I am Beata Seweryn-Reid, your host, and I'm coming to you today with the extra episode of Meaningful Conversations with a special guest, Kathy White, my new friend, which I love dearly. And we're gonna talk today about keys to a fulfilled life. But before we go there, let me introduce Kathy. Kathy is a personal and leadership development coach, life coach, and a speaker. Beautiful human helping others to improve their life. She is truly change maker, and I'm a change maker that brings other change makers to you to make your life more meaningful and inspire you to change and to transform. Welcome to the show, Kathy.
Thank you, Beata. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I appreciate the time.
Absolutely. We had a couple minutes delay because of the technical issues, but it's just, again, I'm always saying that you cannot fake life. So our episode is live, then technical issues are coming. Also, same like live issues. And Kathy, how is your life? Have you ever had any issues, or your life is just bliss without interruptions?
Well, yes. I have had some challenges in my life as far as I was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2014. And prior to that, I actually had a jaw tumor. And I woke up one day with a half of a fat lip, and I couldn't figure out what happened. I thought maybe I hit myself in the face during the night or something. But no, I went to many doctors, and it ended up being the fact I had a tumor in my jaw right here. And it was stressful 3 months to figure out what it was. It would swell and then it would go back down, and then it would swell and go back down. So this was also in 2014. This was like February, March in 2014. And I ended up going to, and at this point in time, I was single. I had just gotten divorced back in 2012, and I was single, and I went to the endodontist to see, because he wanted to do an x-ray to see what was going on with my jaw. And I was by myself, and I remember looking at he put the x-ray right in front of me. And at this particular endodontist, he has TV screens that, like, so you're laying down and the TV screen for the x-ray is right here. And all of a sudden he's like, well, it looks like you have a black mass in your jaw. And being by myself and single, and just, it was just heart-wrenching. And I ended up getting the jaw tumor out in June of 2014. And they ended up having to remove my nerve as well. And so I still have, I have neuropathy in my side of my face since 2014. And so it kind of feels like I've gone to the dentist every day since 2014. It's, you get used to it. But anyways, during a week after I had my surgery, I got a phone call saying I had breast cancer. And so it was a stressful year. I ended up having a lumpectomy and radiation, and I did not have to have chemo. And because at that point in time, it wasn't a high enough cancer to have chemo because I caught it so early. And then I had radiation for 8 weeks. And after I had radiation, my kids and I went to Disneyland for a celebration trip.
Whoa, that's amazing. Well, what is amazing about you, well, we don't know each other too long, but every time when I'm in contact with you, or when I see your posts, when I see you on Facebook or other media, there is this light and this bright energy flowing from you, this like beautiful, I don't even know how to say it, this personality is so happy. So how How do you find happiness? How do you find this calmness? Is the other thing that comes from you. How do you become that person after so many challenges?
I have not always been like this. I absolutely haven't. But I learned in life that, challenges are going to come your way no matter what. And it depends on how you react to them, is what you're going to learn. And I've had some challenges come to me a couple of times. And what the thing is that I always ask myself is, what am I supposed to learn from this? So if I get some kind of challenge more than once, that is what I ask myself. I'm supposed to learn something, and what is it? And because it's going to keep coming until I learn it. And I wish I would have known that back when I was 19, 20, but no, it took me a while to get there. So, but yeah, and I just like to have fun.
Well, you inspire me so much. And this question that you just said, and I would really ask everyone who is listening to write it down. If you go through life challenges, don't beat yourself. Ask, what am I supposed to learn from it or with it? How this thing is, because it comes in different forms, but it's like you said, it's coming back till you learn the lesson. And I'm fan of quotes, and Mark Twain said, the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Kathy, do you think that through these challenges you found out why you are here?
As far as through those challenges, I have learned to be a better person. I've always felt like I was a good person. I don't necessarily think that I was ever a bad person, but I learned to be more grateful in life, and I learned what gratitude truly means. Because a lot of people say that they're doing gratitude lists and whatnot, but sometimes it's lip service, and you just write down what you're grateful for. Like, for example, right now I am helping a orphanage in Kenya called Jabez Orphanage, and they don't have clean water. They only eat one meal per day, and they don't have a house as well because of the fact that during a flood it demolished the house. So as far as that goes, I look at what I have and I'm so grateful. The fact that I do have a house, I'm grateful that, we have indoor plumbing. I saw Goodwin actually showed me a picture of their toilets, and I never really thought to be grateful for a toilet, but I'm really grateful. And so for me, I learned to be grateful and have a heartfelt gratitude of the things I do have.
So from what you are saying, I'm admired by your words, because you took this attention from yourself and what was happening to you and put it on someone else who might need your help even more than you at the moment. Wow, that you are a super human in my eyes, really. Well, because it's so easy to focus on our struggles and become a victim, and you became a hero because of okay, I can deal with it. There are people that need me more, so I'm just gonna deal with my issues, but I will focus on help. Wow, that is just amazing. Well, so what in your opinion or wisdom, I would say, is the difference between living and existing?
That's a great question, Beata. I think and let me go back. One day I was going to work, and this was prior to, it was probably about a year ago. And one day I was driving to work or driving home, and in my brain I was like, or in my mind, I thought to myself, I'm like, really, is this all that life is? Is just going to work, coming home, making dinner. At that point in time, I believe my son was playing basketball here. And so it was just like a constant, merry-go-round. It was the same thing every single day. And I decided, like, you know what? It doesn't have to be like this. If it's like this, then it's totally on me. And so I believe that the difference between living and existing is the fact that if you're living, you're doing what you're truly passionate about. Some people are passionate about, sewing clothes. I'm personally not passionate about that, but if that's their passion, then so be it. But my passion is helping others, and it took me a long time, because at one time in my life I was thinking that wasn't enough, and I've always felt like I'm not enough, and then I felt like that wasn't enough. That wasn't the real reason I was here. But I truly believe I figured out why I'm here. What the Mark Twain quote. And one of them is to serve others, and the other one is to fight for belonging for my human brothers and sisters.
Wow, yeah. That is huge. Wow. And you do it. I know that you do, because I follow you, yes, for a while now. So you do great things. But going back to what you just said, that you love helping others. You said in one of your interviews or videos, my desire to help people, my desire is to help people to understand the keys to living a pleasant and fulfilled life. Can you share with us a couple of the keys that are the secrets to living fulfilled life?
Well, for me, this is the key for me. I think everybody else has different keys for themselves. For me, I had to let go of what people thought of me. Because if you're always worried about what other people think of you, you're never going to truly be free and be happy. And the other thing is, I love nature. I think nature heals. I think that people should be in nature more than they are. I think electronics are great, but I think that there is a time and place that they need to be turned off for your mind to reset. And that's what, and I think people should be free, like live free. I think as adults, we forget to have fun. We absolutely forget to have fun, because we're going in so quick throughout the day. It's kind of like what I just said, that merry-go-round thing, going on and on and on. And and a lot of times it's the moms that are the ones that forget, because a lot of times the household, not necessarily the chores, but a lot of the household, everything with the household lies on their shoulders. And I think that we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to have fun, because we're always trying to be everything to everybody else. And I can say that because that's what I did. And
and it's so true. It's so true, like you said, especially moms, because we have to take care about kids, family, dinners, breakfast, all together, laundry, cleaning, and then us. And we are so empty and so tired that don't have time for us as a person, for myself or for yourself. And you said something very important. I think, well, yes, we as a kids, we can have this pen and play with it as a kid for entire day. And today we are, as an adult, we get tired and not tired, boring. Yeah, boring so quickly, or discouraged. And we have really not much fun, especially these days. When I said, what fun did you do? And people are like, what can you do fun during pandemic? Well, I said, listen to my interview with Kathy, because she does a lot of fun stuff. Well, Kathy, now we're going to this, because when we look at you, you are so balanced, so calm, but you do crazy stuff. Like, for example, swimming with sharks. Tell us about your exciting, journeys and trips that you do.
You know, so I've been skydiving twice. I was supposed to go a third time and I tore my ACL. And so they wouldn't let me go because I couldn't land. And you have to land when you go skydiving. Yeah. But the way I tore my ACL is actually kind of funny because of the fact that I was up in upstate New York and we were camping, and I wanted to dunk my brother in the lake. And he's taller than me. And let's just note that I achieved my goal. I did dunk him in the lake and I tore my ACL.
Oh my goodness, so funny.
And so that's the way I couldn't go the third time. But then one of my fiance absolutely loves sharks. He thinks they're awesome. And so what I did for his birthday last year was I got him a trip to go swimming with sharks. And I was planning on going, but I was planning on going in a cage because I was a little terrified.
Right.
And when we got there, it was in Jupiter, Florida. They said the host, I can't think of what they call him, but he said that most people get hurt if they're in a cage versus actually free swimming with the sharks.
That's interesting.
Out in Jupiter, Florida. I think it will probably be different if you're in California. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to just go swimming with the sharks. And it was really cool. I was scared. And I actually ended up biting the snorkel mouth thing, the mouth guard off. But they come right next to you. The sharks are swimming right under you, and they brush up against you. So it's scary, but I would do it again.
Is it a good exercise to go through your fear, like to face your fears?
Yeah, that's part of the reason. The first time I went skydiving, I'm terrified of heights, and that's why I decided to go skydiving. And so that was to face those fears as far as being afraid of heights. And it helps to a point, but once you get into the plane and you get hooked onto the skydiver, you're going, no matter what, you're going. And
right.
But as far as the swimming with the sharks, I'm really happy that I actually did face my fears and do it, because I think I would have regretted it. I know I would have regretted not facing my fears. You grow so much if you face your fears and just do it. There's a lot of things that I've done as far as one of my biggest fears is public speaking, and that's why I joined Les's Power Voice courses, just to get better at public speaking.
Yeah. And you do it beautifully. Come on, you are here today. It's Facebook Live. Who knows who's watching? Watch later, but it's what we do. And also, it's how I started my show. I had to face my fear of speaking to camera. So a year and a half later, I'm still here. So learning for sure journey here. Kathy, thank you so much for sharing. So we are planning actually when the nature is let us to swim with sharks together. So we'll see how it goes. It's scary. And I mean, when I think about that, it's the girl, but I want to do it anyway. Same, I did skydiving. And like you said, when you are out there, and I did it in tandem, I don't jump on myself, by myself. So, but still, it's scary. When you're out, you're facing just the air and clouds. And then what? There is no way back, because you're, what do you call them? The trainer? I don't know. The person which is you're attached to, they're gonna push anyway. So you're like, okay, let's jump. But yeah, it's how we face fears, but not everyone needs to jump out of the plane. Not everyone needs to swim with sharks, because these sharks are swimming around you and you're jumping out of the plane every single day, because life is a risk. And every single day you're going out, usually we are just living our lives and it's what is happening and we're so used to, but it's not true. Every day you face something which is scary, or maybe was scary until you didn't do it. So think about that. You are brave. We are all brave. Kathy, one more question about your work with these kids in Africa, you said.
Mm-hmm.
So how we all could support kids that needs help in Africa, or how we all can do something that will inspire others to live better life, to help and share and support?
Well, if you want to help the kids that I support, as far as in Africa for the Jabez Orphanage, I do have a website for them as well that you can donate via PayPal, or you can Venmo me. I've been sending them money so that they can get food, and right now they don't have any clothes, and so Goodwin had asked if I could help them get some clothes for them, because they all wear the same clothes, and they're very raggedy, because that's the only outfit they have to sleep in, to play in, to go to school in. And so if you're wanting to help with the orphanage, then I will give you the link.
Yeah, you can share link now, or we can share link under when I post the video, under the video. And did you say it's about donations, or because people can probably, it's how we support?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's very difficult to get product into Africa, because it costs so much for them to receive it. And so what Goodwin has been doing for me, and he's 22 years old and he supports this orphanage of 35 kids. Wow. And to me, that's impressive. And so what I've been doing is I'll send Goodwin some money, and then he'll take a picture of the things that he buys with it. For example, I just bought them a soccer ball, because they had a flat soccer ball.
Oh, wow.
And so it's a Jabez Orphanage, and I'll give you the link because it's part of my link as well. But and so one of his other friends, Huni, is helping build a school and helping with the water project, and I'm helping with the food and the housing project. And so it's been a blessing that Goodwin and the kids came into my life. They now call me their American mother. So that's
how awesome.
Yeah. And as far as if you want to get involved or serve anybody, you just, find what makes your heart happy. For example, what I did a few months ago is I found out that the Navajo Nations, they got hit super hard with the coronavirus. And so what I did, I gathered a whole bunch of toiletries and different types of supplies for them, and I put together little boxes of kind of just like boxes of supplies, and it had some socks and soap and things that you don't necessarily think about getting. And so I sent that down to the Navajo Nations. And the other thing I've done is I learned how to sew this year, because I've never sewed, and I knew that the health workers needed headbands with buttons on them, and because of the masks that they were wearing. And so, because everybody has to wear masks all the 24/7 anymore. So I learned how to sew, and I made headbands with buttons for all of the healthcare, not all, but for some healthcare workers.
Wow. Wow, you are doing such a great job on helping and supporting others that I don't even have words for that. Thank you for doing that. And yes, I would love to find out about the link that we can support any of the either kids or any other projects that you have that are supporting and other people. And it just brings me to the thought, like, oh my gosh, we are so well. Yesterday was Thanksgiving Day, and it just reminded me, well, I thought that I'm thankful, but do I really am I really thankful? Because we, like, every day don't think that there are some kids that they play with flat ball or sleep in the same clothes every single day. So wow, thank you for reminding me about that, and thank you for bringing it to the world so we all can come together and help. Kathy, what is your last advice, wisdom, sentence, maybe your life lesson that you want to leave our audience with?
I would say remember to have fun, because honestly, I think that we need to live not necessarily a carefree life, but uh, a carefree life as far as, you know, if it's raining, go play in the rain. You know, I love it when it rains, warm rain, because I will run out in the rain with my shoes off and I will just play in the rain. And I think that, you know, we need to be more childlike and enjoy life more than we do as adults. Because I think as being adults, what they call adulting becomes monotonous. And honestly, it doesn't have to be. It truly doesn't.
That is beautiful. One thing that I learn from you every single day is how to enjoy life through living in the now. Like now is life. Life is happening at the moment, and it's what you teach me every single day. So thank you for that. And to how or what is the best way to connect with you? How the audience can reach out or learn more about you?
You know, on Facebook and Instagram, it's Star Changers, as you just put there. Thank you. And yeah, and if you want to get a hold of me via email, it's starchangers15@gmail.com. And that is the best way to get a hold of me.
All right. And like we said, you will share, or you can share with me the link, and we will do it under the video if any one of you want to help these kids in Africa. So thank you so much, Kathy, for being here with us, for sharing your beautiful soul and beautiful story. I'm so thankful for being in your presence, and I hope you will be back again and we can have another conversation. Have a wonderful day. And everyone who is watching, please leave a comment, say replay, what are you taking out of this conversation? And please, please, please share with your friends and family, because we never know who needs to need that message today. Thank you so very much. I'm grateful for all of you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Beata.
Thank you, Kathy.